Red Dead Redemption. Is it worth a buy? Well, let's read the words on the back of the box. America in 1911. The Wild West is dying. When federal agents threaten his family, former outlaw John Marston is forced to pick up his guns again and hunt down the gang of criminals he once called friends. Experience an epic fight for survival across the sprawling expanses of the American West and Mexico as John Marston struggles to bury his blood-stained past, one man at a time. Outlaws to the end. Now guys, yes, I am 8 years late with this, but I'm playing the enhanced edition on Xbox One X, and it looks so much better than the 2010, I think it was 2010 edition that I played on the 360. This is my third playthrough of this game. I played it through twice I think the last time I played it was 2011. And so I'm really enjoying it now because, I mean, I can remember most of it, but as I'm going through the game now, with enhanced graphics, I'm just remembering a few of the missions, and it's just so damn good. So immersive, guys. Really is immersive. I mean, I've got to admit, I mean, you know, I always tell the truth, but I'm lying on the sofa with a controller in my hand, and I'm having a blast with this game. Absolutely. I haven't been on my PC for 2 days. I'm just sitting, other than emails, I'm just sitting there blasting away with my controller as Clint Eastwood. I am Clint Eastwood. The first time I played this, I had the aiming not set to easy. I had it set to medium, and I did get the hang of it after a while, but it was really hard, and I just couldn't be arsed, so I just put it to easy aiming. Total snap-on auto aim, which, well, you pull your left trigger, you automatically aim to the chest of everything, and then you just pull the right trigger and he fires the gun. And guys, it's amazingly fun. It is way more fun than having to piss around with the stupid thumbsticks trying to aim, because you know when you watch a western and the good guy is just a brilliant shot and he's just like firing all over and there's people falling off the horses. You are that guy. You are. I just kind of wished I'd known it was as good as that the first time I played it, but it is the way to play this game. I mean, who wants to be fidgeting around with frickin' aiming when you're a cow? When you Clint Eastwood doesn't f*** about with aiming. He's just bam, 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 fill your hands, you son of... Oh, that's John Wayne. But you know, that's how to play. Trust me. Never mind all this elitist bullshit. Oh, it's on easy mode. Just do it. You will feel like you are. I mean, obviously you're not using any skill. The skill's gone out the window. But fun? Oh, I never thought I'd ever say this, but the fun factor is huge. Now, if I was playing with a mouse and keyboard, obviously I wouldn't be able to do it like that. That'd be no, but I wouldn't need to, would I? But with the controller being so bad, you know, it's just so much fun. Anyway, let's get on with the story. You're John Marsden. You're out in the Wild West. You've got no friends or anything, and you've got to make new acquaintances. And the object is to kill. You're killing the leader of your ex-gang, really. And the feds have sent you in to do that. Along the way, you'll meet all kinds of hilarious and weirdo characters. Some of them are sick. Some of them are really sick. Well, I'm probably the sickest person in the game, you know, kidnapping women, tying them up and hiding them in my basement. But that's something I do in most games, and I do probably need help. One of the first characters you come across is Bonnie, who's running a ranch with her dad, and you do lots of cowboy things with her, catching wild horses and taming them. You do cattle ranching, general cowboy stuff, and it's great fun. You just feel that you are the guy. You feel that you are the character when you're doing that. You know, it's not all about shooting everybody. It's about learning the ways of the Wild West. You know, the whole setting is just amazing. You'll just have scrubland, cactus, and then you'll have a little settlement called Armadillo, which is like a little town just started. You know, you've got all the prospectors out, the place is just starting to come alive. You've got the railroad, the first ever railroad just coming through. The train's got on a set journey around the map. You know, it's just awesome. And every place is populated quite densely in some places by all manner of people. There's people who will just insult you on the streets and just like call you a yeller, you yeller Marsden, and then you just say, no, I'm gonna kick your ass, and then you'll go into the middle of the street and do a bloody duel with them. I mean, the dueling isn't great, but it is fun. It is still fun. But they use this thing called Deadeye. Now, what Deadeye is when you press the right thumbstick down, you enter slow-mo mode. It only lasts for a second or two, and in that time you kind of mark where you're going to aim your shots, then you pull the trigger, and then it just quickly does the fire, the animation fire. I'd much prefer just a draw and manual aiming on that, but you know, it is what it is, but it's still damn fun. It's still fun dueling in the middle of the street of your little town outside the saloon, you know. I mean, I got in a situation where this woman was shouting, "Help! Help me! Help!" And I just rode over. It's one of these missions that you'll see at the side of the road, you know. And I went over to see what was the problem, and all these guys come up from the back of it was a trap. She'd lured me into a trap. All these guys just came out from the back of a stagecoach, and I just gunned them all down. And she saw that I was this kind of awesome gunman who uses auto aim. And so she ran off. So I got my lasso out, and I got her down, and I tied her up, stuck her on the back of my horse, and I thought, I'm going to have to teach her a lesson, love. So I put her on the railway track, waited for the train, and so much fun. So much fun. I've had so much damn fun. And the world is huge as well, and the amount of content and missions. There's just loads of content, loads to do in this game. I think doing the main quests, it probably took us about anywhere between 20 and 30 hours. But if you're doing all the side stuff as well, I wouldn't even like to put a number on it. It is just huge and vast and fun. And one of the things that I really enjoyed when I played it through on my first couple of times was turning into a villain, because you get a fame meter or a notoriety meter. It's basically, if you do good deeds, if you help people, and you'll find lots of people need help, if you use that and help people and be a good guy, you will get discount in all the shops, you will get well respected of everybody. But you could do the opposite, which I did, and I went around being a complete bastard. I was kidnapping people, women obviously. I was murdering people. I murdered so many people in this game, guys. Just absolute cold-blooded killer. I lived in a place called Thieves Landing, I think it was called, and I was killing people there as well. If there was a woman on the street about to be murdered, I would just laugh at her as I walked past and just spit on the pavement, you know. It's one of them games where the Wild West is wild. There's no real crafting in this game as you know crafting now in a game. But there is a lot of stuff that you can get. You can skin animals, for example, after you've killed them. You can sell the pelts and the meat to get money, or you can use that to get certain stuff made for you from other people. There's a lot of different horses that you can get in this game. You can buy them from the different array of shops that's in the game, where you can buy different guns and all of that kind of stuff. There are shotguns, there are sniper rifles, there's repeater guns, there's kind of more modern guns, because you are in 1911, we're coming to the end of the Wild West era. I mean, cars have just been kind of coming onto the scene. And remember that the Wild West ended, you know, round about this time. I mean, did you know Wyatt Earp died in 1929? I just watched Tombstone for about the 10th time the other day again, and what a great movie that is. And, you know, you find out at the end of that Wyatt Earp only died in 1929. So as this game is set in 1911, you can see that the Wild West is kind of coming to an end with this game, and that's kind of reflected in the tech of the game, if you like, the guns and stuff. There's also races in this, which I didn't like at all. I hate the races. I hate some of the missions that Rockstar put into games. They do this with all their games, and they're just bullshit. They're just fillers. They just kind of take me out of the game, and then it's like, oh, I'm not really in the Wild West because you didn't do this kind of shit, you know. And there's a bit of that in the game. There's some of the quests are a bit shit. Also on the map, you'll find the odd question mark, which generally has a shit mission to it as well. And the side of the road missions tend to be a bit repetitive, where you'll pull over and there'll be a woman standing there, like I mentioned, and it's a trap. Or there's somebody stole someone's horse and you've got to get it back, or kill the guy, or bring the guy back, and the shopkeeper might run out and say, I've just been robbed, and you'll see a robber running up the street. It's fun for the first couple of times, but after that gets monotonous as well. But the main quests are fun quests. But you know, there's, as you can imagine, it is the Wild West. There's nearly every quest involves killing, or escorting a train, or escorting a stagecoach. But it is an extremely violent and sick game. And and anyone who's watched my streams will know that I've played this years ago, and that I got the shit scared out of me in this game. I'll tell you this story quick and I'll show you the footage. Basically, I was sitting downstairs by myself in the dark playing this on the TV. There's a bit where you have to collect flowers for a guy he says, it's my wife's birthday, could you collect these flowers? And then when you've got 3 of each of these, bring them back to me so I can make a bouquet for her. So you do, he's an old guy and you feel sorry for him. And I remember doing this in 2011, you know, and I got the flowers and I was like, there you are, mate, there you are. Give your wife a bouquet, she'll love that. And he says, do you want to come in and meet her? Yeah. Came in and meet her. I'm sitting there pitch black and he opens the door and there's music on and everything and the camera pans round and she's this decomposed old woman sitting in the music that goes and I fucking shat kittens when that came on. I was not prepared. In a Western, you are if it's a horror film, but as a Western, it was just like my oath. I just remember packing out. I didn't even save the game. I just switched everything off and went to bed and I was like, oh my goodness, just crying into me pillow. It was just, I wasn't prepared for it. When I played that again in the enhanced version, it was just so good to revisit that. So I'm thumbing this up, obviously, because it is a brilliant game. It's not a 10 out of 10 or anything like that, probably about an 8, but it is the best console game that I've ever played. The immersion factor, the whole world, the way that it's put together with the little settlements, the little towns that are prospering, the outlaws, there's bounty boards, the sheriffs, you help the sheriff. There's just everything that when you watch a Western and you see all the content in a Western, everything of that is in this game. And some. And that is rare now. And that was back in 2010. I hope Red Dead Redemption 2 is a hell of a lot better. But we'll have to wait and see. Fingers crossed for that. I'm now off, guys, to play God of War on the PlayStation 4, which people are saying is even better than this. So I'm kind of excited that could be my best ever console game. At the moment, it's Red Dead Redemption, but I'm doing God of War tomorrow. Expect the review on that. Maybe Sunday night, Monday, once I've had a good go at the game. So there you go. Red Dead Redemption from 2010. A brilliant, brilliant game. And I just wish it was on the PC. So all you guys who don't have a console could experience this awesome, awesome game.